So why is everybody talking about blockchain all of a sudden? I always saw blockchain just relevant to Bitcoin, but things have changed. So what is blockchain? Well, blockchain is really a decentralized ledger technology. And, as I said, it was used for crypto. Well, it is used for crypto, should I say. But it has matured and has now got many applications. It's very powerful, and we'll go over some of the explanation because, some of you will be experts and others will not really know what blockchain is and why it's so useful. So here's some of the applications, obviously other than crypto. You've got, it enhances AI, and without going too far down the rabbit hole, it basically can layer AI with, overlay it with smart contracts that can help regulate it. So it's very important that you can put in regulations and various things that are kicked in by situations or circumstances on the blockchain through smart contracts, something that Ethereum came up with. Supply chain, very powerful for taking end-to-end control of products from the factory right through to the retailer, to distribute to the customer. And it can have in that, even with things like cold chain, temperatures, any variations in that will immediately be affect the chain, and it can be notified those that are in the chain. Look, you have public, private, and a hybrid of types of blockchain where you have different access for different people. Obviously, you have to have a key to get onto the chain, but it allows people within that network to view what's going on and to be notified what's going on. Another thing is financial services. So financial services is also very powerful because it can keep data secure, and obviously in today's world that's now very important, and there are more applications coming up all the time. It allows data to be stored, and I'm just going over some of my notes here, and distributed across network of individual computers. So that's secure, transparent, and decentralized, which is why it's so powerful. It has a record, sort of a record book that everyone within that network can see. So it keeps a record within the network that people can all have access to that are in that network. And it doesn't allow a single person or entity to be in control of that chain, so they can't interfere with it. Blocks or containers, the actual blockchain is made up of blocks and chains. So the blocks are containers of data, and each container, is a crypto hash, and that's taken from the previous block, and obviously that then forms a block chain, a chain of blocks. And now you're going to ask me, what's a crypto hash? Okay, so a crypto hash is a mathematical algorithm. It takes data input and produces a string of characters that's unique. That unique digital identity for a specific blockchain and a set of specific transactions. So that's why it's being decentralized, and it's very secure. So any change to that data will create a new blockchain. So you can't tamper with it. So if you go in to do something, it actually will then create another chain, a separate chain for separate access. It won't change or interfere with the previous one. What it means is that when you have a source of information, of data, it will take that. Obviously, you want good data, accurate data. That will then be tamper-proof. It'll be resilient to any kind of interference. It'll be in sync with everybody that's in that network. And what's really good about it, there's no intermediaries. So there's no middlemen anywhere that can interfere with that change in any way. So it's an immutable ledger. These things in the world that we're entering now are very, very important. And the downside, as usual, there's always some kind of downside, is it could be used to control people's access to various things, and would have people, once they're in a network, not having any sort of a variation. And I'm talking about CBDCs, etc., which is, will be on a chain, a blockchain. I don't know how democratized that blockchain will be. Obviously, it will be within the banking sector, but those kind of algorithms are going to be perhaps problematic as far as having choice. So I can see there will be some issues with blockchain, which will also link into your digital IDs, citizen scorecard, etc., etc. That's the downside. How it's going to be utilized by big corporations and governments is the downside. For the individual, it would be very efficient and effective, useful for transacting, as they do now with crypto. I have had a concern as to the future of cryptocurrencies. I'm not sure, and I'm still not sure. I know blockchain has been coming commonplace and it's mainstream, and we got some of the big companies, I'll mention their names, one of the biggest investment houses being involved in it in a big way. Whether that down the line is going to be good or bad, I don't know. It may be that we have enough uptake, everybody gets enough people on it. Once it gets that kind of momentum, it may then be stated that people will have to move that currency into CBDCs. So we'll see how that all plays out. But anyway, that is a little bit about blockchain. And as usual, you can go and get some on the back issues if you go to johnarthurharris.blogspot.com. And we will see you in the next one.